Have you ever thought to yourself, what's even the point of trying? Why do I even bother? Why should I even bother? Me too. And it's a pretty horrible feeling. Let's not feel that. Instead, how about we get some fire in your belly? How about we get that motivation and that spark back so that you can do what it is that you need to do instead of being in a rut? All right, so the first thing we gotta do is get rid of your SFP, your self-fulfilling prophecy. Because right now in your mind, you might believe that you are somebody who isn't motivated, or that you're in a rut, or that you're just having a bad streak or a bad time and things aren't going your way. And this isn't necessarily the truth. It's just your subjective experience. You're seeing the world through your own eyes, and in your view, it might look like everything is going the wrong way and like everything isn't going your way. Make the decision that you are ready to change. Tell yourself that you're ready to shift out of this old mindset and that you're going to elevate your consciousness and truly take on a new source of energy, a new source of motivation. Now that you're ready for change, go ahead and take a shower. And I mean that both figuratively and literally. Cleanse yourself of the negative environments, people, and content that you have been affected by, because this is what brings you down and drains your energy. And if you're going to shift, if you're going to step into a place where you feel driven, passionate, motivated, fire up, if you want that fire in your belly, then you're going to need to throw some things onto the fire. You want to sacrifice anything that isn't energizing you and giving you a source of fuel. To make it practical, what I like to do is just write a short list of 10 things that might be draining me in my life right now. Maybe it's some of the food that I'm eating that's really costing me on the energy. Maybe it's some of the people that I'm hanging around. And maybe it's an environment that isn't really friendly. Maybe it's toxic. Whatever that list turns out to be for you, sacrifice at the very least the top three, the three most draining sources of energy. Now it's time for you to get some quick wins, because if you can grab some of that low-hanging fruit, that will give you more motivation to do the things that are harder, the things that demand more from you and require more from you. So identify where you can find the greatest reward for the least amount of effort in your life. Whatever you can do that will generate a very, very positive result easily is what you want to go for here. The momentum will then carry you. It will naturally spark you and light you up to make you do more of the right thing. You see, when you go into a winning spiral, it's actually pretty easy to continue to push yourself and to grow and to feel energized and to feel motivated. Whereas if you're in a downward spiral, it's so difficult, everything feels very tough, and it's almost like it requires so much out of you. You're always tired, lethargic, and we don't want that. When you get those quick wins, when you grab that low-hanging fruit, you get the energy to climb up the tree and get the fruit that's actually really difficult to reach that everybody else doesn't go for. Next, you need a meaningful why, a really deep reason to pull you towards the goal instead of pushing yourself. Most people, they try to force themselves to do the right thing, and it's a constant exertion of effort where you push, and you get tired and you get exhausted, and that's the exchange that you make to put in the work. But when you have a real why, a meaningful why, it pulls you into action. It draws you into action so powerfully that you almost can't resist doing the right thing. Maybe it's for somebody that you love, or maybe it's for a greater good. If you can draw inspiration from a source like that, it's going to propel you so much faster, and you're going to reach your goals with way less effort and way less time. Now, hopefully what I've shared with you so far is making sense and it's clicking for you. And by the way, if you want some extra help, if you want me to personally mentor you, guide you, coach you, and also be part of an amazing community filled with like-minded people who are all growing and improving themselves, then go to Yessiiiiiir.com. There, you can set up a free one-on-one consultation with me directly. We'll talk, we'll see what's going on in your life and how I can help you improve. Again, if you want that, go over to Yessiiiiiir.com and you can sign up for it there. The next step for us to really amplify and boost our motivation, to regain a lot of energy, is to actually provoke other emotions. Motivation isn't the only thing that can make you do what you need to do, that can energize you. In fact, you might have heard of these incredible feats of hysterical strength, where a mother is able to lift part of a car to save their child. It's incredible, right? How does this happen? Well, when you have a very strong emotional experience, it fires you up and it makes you really draw a lot of energy to do the right thing and to do the thing that otherwise would seem impossible. So look at what emotions you can really spark and light in yourself that will then lead you to do more of the right thing, which will then fill you with motivation and energy. Now that you're getting more advanced, it's time for you to discover the culprits. What caused you to lose motivation in the first place? Because we want to make sure that this doesn't keep happening. You don't want to keep putting yourself in the position where you have to regain energy and keep getting out of a rut because you keep falling into a trap. So, identify what caused you to feel unmotivated in the first place. Maybe you got complacent in your life. Maybe you felt too comfortable. And so you just let things slide. You didn't work as hard as you used to. You weren't as driven. You didn't have anything to push for. Maybe you failed to set big and exciting goals. Or maybe your goals were too big and you felt overwhelmed and so you gave up. Everybody's reason is unique and you want to look at yours and really be honest with yourself. I know, easier said than done, but it's worth it. If you can really understand why you lost motivation and energy in the first place or why you lose it, then you can put a stop to that and then you won't need to work so hard to regain it. You won't have to exit negative spirals and rebuild positive ones because you'll always be in upwards momentum. That's not to say that challenges won't come up or life won't ever be difficult, but it will be easier for you to handle because when you have that winner effect where you continue to grow and expand and improve yourself, it makes it almost impossible to really get stuck. Finally, I want you to become process focused. I'm out here right now shooting this in the cold. The ice is cracking on the lake around me, and I'm actually having a blast. It's a challenge. It's really pushing me out of my comfort zone. And it's actually pretty cold, but can I enjoy the experience? Can I take it in and not be frustrated or upset? Can I really enjoy the moment instead of thinking about the outcome of this piece of content? Can I actually really take it in and get present? That's the key. Because now I'm not just doing it for the sake of what I get at the end. I'm actually allowing what I'm experiencing to sink in. And this is so powerful and profound because it leaves you with this deep emotional growth and you become a bigger and better human being. Really, you're expanding your capability and your range. That's the key. When you are process focused, you are really in growth. When you are result focused, you are very fixed and you're looking for an outcome and you're really hunting dopamine more than you are growing and improving. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and if you did, make sure to drop me a like to help me out with the algorithm. I really appreciate you, and I'll catch you on the next one.